What's up? Good morning. Happy Saturday morning live, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Yay, weekend. Yay, weekend before a holiday here in the U.S. Anyway, got Thanksgiving next week, so tomorrow will be a short week. I will still be coming up here Saturday to do the live, though. But I come up here every Saturday after Thanksgiving because after 2 days of not working, I'm bored as heck. So, as the title implies, I don't know who all's here yet. I haven't looked at the comments, really had a chance because the 10:30 time caught me off guard a little bit too. However, I have quite a bit of stuff that I have to tend to this afternoon around the shop. I'm going to get started on the workbench today because I don't really have much content planned. And I hope everyone's doing well this weekend. I know we have some new subscribers as of last week going over the comments section. Thank you, new subscribers, for boosting the views on some older videos. I appreciate that. And I've gotten into a habit of making that stupid clicking noise for some reason. Got to get over that. Hope everyone is doing great. You see Frank? Yeah, Frank just did an unboxing. Well, it was a couple of weeks ago anyway. I've just now had time to upload that one. Hey, Dark Arts Lockpicking, I know it's really early for you, so whenever you are ready to bow out, hey and bye. So thanks for joining in. I completely understand. Thanks for staying up late. I know you stay up late anyway, but appreciate you chiming in before you go. And yeah, I was mentioning that on your feed, and I never really got around to talking about the 2020 thing. I don't know, I didn't watch my last week's video. Sometimes I just watch myself so much that I get tired of watching myself. Even Kim was like, when I was editing clips of Kim in the background, when you're editing something to make it turn into something humorous, like I try to do in a lot of videos, I have to listen to it over and over as a crop, edit. And she's like, I just don't know how you listen to yourself all the time. I'm like, yeah, I don't either. That's why I don't listen to myself. Don't park there as my only spot. Now, come on, people. Don't start with me this morning. So, I'm going to go back over the comments. Here we go. Rob. Morning. First in, Rob. It's cleaner. Welcome. Let's see. Rune, good morning. Yes, Rune, you got beaten by Rob this week. Rob beat everyone, even me. He posted that while I was replying, or posting the first comment, not first comment. So, I know somebody's been saying it. Everybody's been screaming it. We got it. There we go. I still have not found a way to, well, I know a way to do it because I've got the cord that he sent wasn't long enough. So next time I keep forgetting to go get just a longer cord because I've got USB plug-ins right there beside it. Just not quite long enough. And I actually checked a couple of my other cords to see if they were long enough to fit. But the battery's holding up pretty well, I guess, because I do leave it running sometimes during the day. So yes, Lock Force, assemble. Good morning, Chef Mel. What is up? Cold Chicago. It is, I've got a long sleeve shirt on, but it's actually pretty pleasant outside. I'd say, 60-ish? No, Wes is in the feed. Probably about 60-ish. It's been floating around 60, 70 during the day. It's cloudy today. If the sun came out, it would hit 75. So it's back to springtime in Mississippi. Morning, Gumby. What is up? Night Owl, welcome. Wes, there you are. Pete Woodfine, Peter Fox, good morning. JWRM, hey, what's up? How are you? I'm glad you could tune in too. Yeah, I posted that I've actually uploaded that unboxing video like 4 days ago, 3 days ago, and it's just been floating around in my feed just like a bunch of others, but I figured I'd just go ahead and throw it out there. Yes, I have not gone over YouTube, but Rune does have a new video out, apparently. So y'all go check out Rune's channel. Make sure you subscribe to his channel if you have not. Part 21. I've not gone back over a few of his last videos, so that's usually my Sunday thing, honestly, is when I make time to do that. Let's hope the volume's okay today. It's sound holes. Hey, morning, Paul Coon. Cohen or Cone. Machine J, what's up? I know it's early for you over there too, so all you international guys, good morning. Tim Walker, G Keyman, Gary Amble, good morning. Terry Lewis, what's up from Central Kansas? Urban Locksmith, I've been through Central Kansas, going to Denver a long time ago. Yeah, I was gonna on Doubt. They were talking about Doubt's live feed the other day. He had internet connection issues, and I jokingly said I was gonna go back and clip him cursing and throw in some background music, but I hadn't had a chance to do that. That's one of those things where, like, if I had some robot that I could just go, okay, make this video real quick, I would have a ton of content. And I've been, speaking of content, I've been trying to get my phone. It's been floating at 240 gig out of 256 gig. And I cannot get it below 200. Last Sunday, which I didn't have to do yard work, by the way. I sat down and I was like, I'm going to get this phone below 200 gig. And I didn't. I got to 202 was as low as I could get before I got tired of moving files around. To flag as PG-13 on Doubts. Yeah, especially when he has internet trouble. Yep, okay, Lock Force logo. Yeah, I'm catching up here on the comments. Bobby Keys, good morning. What is up? Yeah, I've actually got. Bobby was asking about the Lock Force button. Yeah, I've got one set aside with your name on it. So we've got packaging for international that we got to ship out, and and I put together several envelopes. One for Wes whenever he decides to show up next, and just people. That's one reason why I need to go put my other sign out. Big empty parking lot across the street. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that direction. What was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, let me go back over the comments. Oh yeah, packaging. I'm packaging. I've got it. You've got it. One's got your name on it. Okay, Mr. Harass, thanks for joining in. Yes, hit that like button, everybody. I would go hit like if I could, but I don't think I can. Hey, Three Dog Night, what's up? Google Photos to back up videos up to 1080. 1080, like free for. I mean, I've got gigs and gigs and gigs of videos. So I have this thing. I don't know how far my cord will reach, but I've got one of these hard drive little doohickeys here that is a terabyte, and that's one of those things. Whenever I go to Best Buy, I always like go side eye the hard drive section to see where we're at now. And at the time I paid. Well, it was $80 for this 1 terabyte. Now a 4 terabytes, $95. So it just makes me mad. Just as mad as seeing all the TV prices. I don't need a TV, but every time I go by anywhere near Best Buy right now, it makes you want a TV. Put me one of those big professional setups over here somehow. What's up, ADD Obvious? Good morning. So I'm all caught up on the comments and keeps buffering. Buffering? Are we buffering? I don't think we're. Are you buffering? It must be on your end. I hope we're not buffering. Let me go look at some things here. No, it says good. 720 stream. I wish I could change that. How do I? What's it? Filters, resolution. Oh, it doesn't let me change it. Is there no way to do anything better than a 720 stream? Because I think I'm streaming in my settings. I'm pretty sure I was 1080, and I think YouTube downgrades it. So that's just rude. That's just rude. I got all this 1080 kicking, and it's downgrading automatically to 1080. Watching in 1080. Okay, well, 480 here. Yeah, change it to 480 if you can. If you have a good enough internet, you can watch it in 480. Much better. I caught myself when I was going back over that video, and I caught my phone do it again. I took a screenshot to get a filter or a thing, thumbnail, and I snapshotted it, and then I uploaded it for the unboxing, and it was like grainy, and I'm like, oh. I snapshot, instead of snapshotting it from my editing program, I did it from the video that had downgraded me to 480. So, as always, on every video I do 1080. So, always upgrade if you can. And as I mentioned, I don't have content. I didn't load any content because honestly, while it's not been really slow, it's been like steady this week. I really hadn't had a whole lot of, things besides that rusty door I talked about on Twitter. Big deal. I saw a rusty door. When I kicked it open, because I had to kick it open because the whole latch and everything was it was an old Weiser doorknob on a commercial steel door, and an old Westlock. In fact, those are locks we lost this week. They were so rusty. I should have brought those we could have giggled about those, but I didn't. I didn't even want to mess with those, so I just threw them in because there was a garbage can right there. Normally, I take all metal and recycle it. But I was just like, no. Ugh. But when I kicked the door open to break the rest of the latch to get it open, the door was just like, boom, a big pile just of rust. And you could shine a flashlight up on the surface of the door in some areas and see holes through it. And I went and told them afterward, I was like, you're going to have to replace the door soon. If you're going to be using this door, because it hadn't been open in like 25 years, I was like, if you're going to be using this door, yeah, you kind of need to, replace it. So give business to our door guys. Give them some business. Hey, Lock Pickings gal, what is up? The 4K and 360, ADD mentioned this, 4K videos and the 360 degree videos. Yeah, but it drives me crazy because when you're watching it widescreen and you try to swipe away, you can't get out of the video. Once you're in it, you have to from an iPhone anyway, it's almost like you have to force close because when you try to swipe the thing to get it minimized, all it does is move the video. So, yeah, they kind of drive me crazy. And I was eyeballing that. They've got a Max out now. What you call it? GoPro Max. That's a 360. But, I mean, while that sounds neat, I don't think I'd want to deal with that. I don't have a real reason for a 360 degree video. As soon as I say that, I'll be like, man, I wish I had a 360 degree video for this. That always happens. Oh, by the way, yes, I took that Elgato back that night. After Saturday Morning Live, I did some video tests, just direct videos loaded to my computer, and yes, my sync was way off. So, it's maybe just a thing with the computer, possibly. The computer itself may not. It's a USB 3.0 adapter, but it's a laptop, so it doesn't have that great of a graphics card. I don't know if I was running like a gaming computer, if it would have jumped into it better, but for the time being, I can always buy that later if I ever upgrade the computer. Excuse me. But it was just too laggy. I like the reach on it, but it's a shame. I'm at 4 times already. Well, Pete, you may have to reduce it to 480p. That may be the problem. If you keep buffering and you're at 1080, you may have to reduce it. That's a shame. But I think I got 360 on autoplay. 360. This is my 360. Yay! So one thing we are going to talk about on the workbench is LSA keys. I've thought about doing a video on that. But first, before we go, and I'm going to talk about this real quick because Thanksgiving's coming up next week. So those of you in the U.S. or not in the U.S., as I talked about in that international giveaway. I thought it was a good time because a lot of I knew you didn't have like a Thanksgiving because that's literally an American holiday idea, but I knew there was an aversion. A few people told me yes that they've already had their version of that. Yes, here in the U.S. we eat traditionally. I say we, but turkey. Hey, turkey. Cranberry sauce, dressing, or stuffing, whatever you want to call it. It's crumbled up bread, wonderfulness, with tons of cranberry sauce on it. It's like a jelly. You got cranberries and then cranberry jelly. The canned cranberry. I told Kim was actually making the list for Thanksgiving. Like, what do you want? Ham is what we're doing because Kim doesn't like turkey. So I like turkey, but it's not like something I have to have. So we usually do like steaks. Sometimes we've done really nice steaks. But this year I think we're doing ham with dressing and cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, and gravy. Sounds so good. It's going to make me hungry. Sorry if I'm making you hungry. And she's picking up some pies. Red velvet cheesecake. Kind of threw me for a loop, and if Kim's watching right now, she's gonna be like, "Shut up about the cheesecake," because we got into it about red velvet cheesecake last night. And one other thing, icebox pie, which is a thing in the South. It's lemon icebox pie.
What's on, dude?
Hey, how are you?
I want you to do something for me.
Okay, hold on just a sec.
I'm sorry.
Let me pause something real quick. Saturday Morning Live. Sorry about that, y'all. Had to make an appointment. In fact, I need to write that down right now. Anyway, so where were we? What were we about to do? Oh, we were talking about food. Yes, I was going to show you this. All right, so this is my neighbor. So no disrespect towards anybody who likes whatever they like. But I got to get these out of here, yo. These are stinky. I'm going to run over comments real quick. See if anybody... Oh, Ian, what's up? Good morning. No, that was actually a big attorney friend was what that was. So. Can't do the lemon pies or apples. Oh, man, an allergy to those? That sucks. Red velvet cake. Red velvet cake is awesome. Red velvet cheesecake? Not sure about that. Early live. Who joined in? I saw somebody. Andy, good morning. What is up? So here we go, and this has her business sticker on it, so I'm gonna try to conceal that. Wes is gonna be like, "Oh man, did he? I know he didn't bring those things out." In fact, Wes, if you like these, well, I've already given these away, but I can get more. Pigskin. They smell like feet. That is fried pig skin. Fried pork skins. Fried pork skins. There's piggy puffs. Yeah, so we've got some other names of them here. Piggy puffs. These are the barbecue, and apparently these are really, really good. It's delicious. You can also get it as cupcakes. Oh, you can get these as cupcakes there? I know you're talking about the cheesecake. I hope you're talking about the cheesecake. So those are pig skins. And while I'm not a fan, other people are wild fans of them. Well, the lady next door loves them, so we're going to give them to her. Again, I'll bet our neighbor leaves them as little surprises on our front porch. You knew I love pork scratchings. Pork scratchings. Pork scratchings. Yes, they're massive in the South, along with eggs. Yeah. Wait. The pink eggs. Yeah. Pink eggs in jars. Pool hall stuff right there. And I've tried. I'm very open to food. I'll try something multiple times. But after I've tried it multiple times, it's like, and everybody's like, but you haven't tried it from here, but you haven't tried ours, So typically I'll be like, okay, I'll try it. Which I did, and it just reminded me how much I hate them. It's what it does every time. If I just generally dislike something, I'll try it, maybe if the person's convincing or something, but it's like escargot, which is snails. Snails is snails. And everybody's like, oh, well, you haven't tried it at our restaurant. You haven't tried it at our restaurant. We have escargot. Number one, ain't no restaurant out there besides a fancy-ass restaurant that's going to be serving snails, right? So they all think theirs is going to be the best escargot. We kind of, I'm talking about this because Kim and I, for our anniversary a couple of weeks ago, went and had to a place that had escargot. And she's like, do you want the escargot? And I'm like, no, I had it last time when we were here, and it's literally just snails. I don't care how fancy they think they are. Hey, Dee Dee, what's up? Happy 40. Yeah, it is 40. We're going to get up to got snails. Ugh, it's just like, whoa. It was a fancy steak. It's always a fancy steak place or a fancy seafood type place. Anyway, that's my little mini rant on that. Pigskins. And let me make sure that I have covered, going back in my memory here, that I've covered everything I kind of wanted to chat about before we do some actual locksmith stuff, just to cover my, to say that we actually did some lock stuff. And I'm going to go over to the workbench as well. So I'm going to kick up my remote mic. And first, I can actually do this from here before we go over there. So, LSA, where are we? LSA is a locksmith-only keyway available through IDN. Acme. You can see I'm mid-cut here. Oh wait. One day I'll get my lefts and rights. This is why I don't back up trailers. This is why I don't pull trailers. You can see that what you, I don't know. Can you figure out what I'm testing here? Oh, that motherfucker. Sorry. Yeah, I'm seeing if it's a max issue. Seeing what the max is, because when you get the, I don't have the code card, but in one of the LSDA catalogs, it has the chart that is the code card, and it says 8, the number 8, and this is how it reads, and this is one thing that I was going to load in the content just to show you, but it says 8 colon, this is how it's spelled out, step, step thing, space and depth or whatever, however it mentions it, and then it says and maximum adjacent cut specifications. But when you look up at it, it's seriously just a picture of the top of one of the 1200 cards, and nowhere on it does it say what that max is. Nowhere on that graphic. I guess I need to one day, since I've sold these things forever. I don't sell them a lot, but I have sold them a few times. But so like, why is 8 there, right? You're thinking maybe this. So now 8 of a max 8 is huge. I mean, that's like a best. That's nobody's is 8, and this is why, because this was a 1. This is the same cut on a sergeant wheel, which is a little bit narrower, and I'm able to pull off a 3 to 9. No, a 1 to 9. Sorry, that's a 3. That's a 1. That's a 9. That's a 1. But when you switch it to the 14MC wheel, we totally took out the 1 cut because it's a wider wheel. So what we were going to do is, I've got a cylinder over there that's missing keys, and I've already got it taken apart. So we're going to see how well it reacts with the sergeant cut, and it's not like I would really keep that. I need to add my other sign out here. Hold on. Wait, are they getting in that vehicle? No, they're not. As soon as the vehicle moves out here, I need to run out there and put out my other sign, since the asshole neighbor just took my spot. But we're going to see how it reacts with the sergeant wheel, and I'm going to go finish cutting this. And the thing about those is, microphone. No, I'm going to leave the mic over here so it's not blaring. But I'm going to finish cutting this. I don't know if there's a point in finishing cutting that. And I don't know if this trick's going to work. And I was going to do a whole separate video on this, but I guess I'm not now. Is Y4 will work for that. That's probably like a industry secret. So I'm going to copy that onto a Y4 too. We're going to key it up and see. Yep, Max called it. Torch, good morning. What's up? What was with slugs in the shell? Yeah. That's a lockbuster. That could have been a lockbuster key for sure. Another moderator just handled that. Good morning, Anthony. What is up? And Kevin, I didn't see you. Did I see you earlier? I can't remember. So what are we gonna do? Oh, we gotta put the, let's just crank this up. And do an audio check again. Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Good morning.
All right. Appreciate you.
Check. Hey, it worked. Hey, it should be working. Mic check. Mic check. Hey, sounds good. Thank you, Wes. And what I was going to do was actually, I shouldn't have switched the mic yet. But we can move the camera. That's what we can do. Let's go move the camera. Yeah, I guess we could do this. There's some new peeps here. I forgot though that screws with the feed sometimes. So if it hit a lag because of that, I just realized that I shouldn't have probably done that. I'm gonna glance at the comments real quick while y'all. Yeah, it never finished though. It's in some of my older videos. I got to do a new one. I hadn't gotten around to doing a new one yet, but I'm gonna glance at the comments before I go over to the counter. Just got one with no bidding. That's 0 bidded. Just slugs a snail that lost a house in the divorce. I like that. Yep, that is true. I need to turn that light off too. Okay, I think we're good. My poor tripod. I'm going to ask Kim for a new tripod for Christmas because the head of that one, I've not gone to the hardware store to fix it yet. No, why are you recording? I never said GoPro start recording. Let me get my comments up here, y'all, and we will... oh, actually, I got to go back and get the key. I left it over there. Hey, Bill Bacardi, what is up? Good morning. Bacon flavored cashews. Ooh, those sound really good. The only thing I don't like bacon on is with shrimp. But I don't like shrimp with anything really. Morning, Bill. My desk here today, which we're going to zoom in before I start actually on that. We're going to zoom in a little bit so that you can see better as I'm keying up the cylinder. Oh, hey, go back, stay right there. And we also do need to lose this light. Lose the light, there we go. Get a little bit more reach on the cord and then find the key. That's what I need to do. Brush the key and find the key. I do not think that this is going to insert and remove very well. It's really dark for me, but it probably is better on y'all's eyes. No, that's something I've been wanting to find out from you guys, and I have never asked that in a video, because I actually have not really done a whole lot of videos from this location, but here, so, you know, how does that look right there compared to, ready? It's gonna glare for a second. So that, as long as I stay zoomed in, but however it does, I don't know, I just don't think this is as good as the light off. And ideally I get a light hung directly overhead, which is what I need. I need the backlight. However, and I've talked about this, our ceilings are old plaster and I don't want to mess with them. So let's get a little bit closer look at this key. We see what the 1 to 9 did there. Totally chewed it off, but it worked really well. And what gave me this idea, the spacing is dead on for Sargent for these, like dead on. And the depths are close. They're about 4 to 6 to 8 thousandths off, depending on how far you go. When you're in the 0 to 4 range, it's really close, but then it kind of gets a little bit too far different for it to close. Like, I mean, technically you could use a Sargent card and then just key it up, because also in addition to that, since it's such a kind of an oddball or more rare keyway, the light looks better, good with light, zoom makes it better. Okay, good deal, thanks for the feedback. Much better without the light. Wait, the light's on, looks better now. Wes, make up your mind! What the heck? Much are better, both are fine, good with light. Looks good as long as I'm here, but when I back up it, yeah. Which one? Never on the bacon popcorn. Ooh, popcorn and bacon. That's interesting. So anyway, I don't really have, there's no real pen and chart for this, but we can go by, I was going to say, let me use a blank key. I can use the Y4. Again, industry secret, Y4. We're going to see if it will work just as easily. And this one actually had some pretty long, yeah, I know this is where it throws it off when I come in close. But we can see that one had some pretty deep, I don't know what key that was. No LSDA locks, even their security versions. And here's another reason why I've done this. So if I zoom in even more and hold it down here, it's just, it feels like you can't see what I'm doing, but I don't know if you can or not. But all the pins are all regular top pins. And in fact, when you buy 1 1/8" cylinders, they come 5-pin, keyed to 5-pin, but they're all 6-pin, except for obviously the 1-inch cylinders. These, but I always order 1 1/8" because I feel like if you're going to be using these, you might as well do it to a 6-pin, right? However, we do cut a lot of them. There is somebody in the area that cuts a lot of these keys or puts a lot of these locks on. And I guess I could, you know, find out on the sly through our distributor, but I'm not going to do that. I am, however, going to look to see how this CW20 card cutting did. It looks like my tip cut on number 6 here is a little bit this way. So that's not really that great. And I did this specifically for this video, specifically for a reason. The tip cuts are 5 and 5. So if I put a 5 in number 5, it will, I didn't just freeze that, did I? No, I didn't. Okay. We'll know because the same pin won't fit. So let's just see, 3 and a Sargent would be 210. So we'll start off with that. A little shallow. Who else could be? We can try Schlage. Everybody's a Schlage. That's 210 as well. So we would be looking for a 3 with a 222, maybe wiser. I think that's going to be just right. No, still a little shy. 3, 216, 3, 249, 222, 213, and nothing really matches what I just did. So then you just kind of wing it. 222. I'm going to say 225. See if that's decent. Now, again, this, you're supposed to use the CW14 wheel. So this is the 3 with the 14 wheel. This, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, and it works. So same depth. Uh-oh. There's the key trap. So far that is good. And then We'd have 1 and 1, which would probably knock that down to say 195. 195. Yep. 195, 195. So we had the 1 and the 1 beside each other, so they're lining up still. 9, 9, what would it be? Probably as deep as like 315. We'll try 315. Whoa, deeper than 315. Awesome, 333. Yep, dang. 333 is a deep pin to be using for pretty much a standard lock. And then we have 5 and 5 left, so this is going to tell us whether or not. I always reach for 240 when there's a 5 involved. Hey, close. Close. 246. Write that down. 246 and 246. So let's see. Oh, that's still good. That's still good. You know, I may use. Oh, no. You know what? We have a issue because of that number 9 pin in there. I don't think it's necessarily the key is not coming out. What's happening is it's binding up on that really sharp angle. Obviously, that is not the right max. I'm just seeing if we can get away with it. And you possibly, you know, at this point, if you were doing this for a customer, you would absolutely stop and you'd fix that. You'd knock these 2 1s down to something more reasonable. However, if you were we can see, but if you were insistent on using it, basically you would need to knock out what, the first 3? Yeah. And those looked like, before they fell out, about, what's that, 200, 190? So we're going to knock those all down to 155. You don't necessarily have to do them all, but you would definitely have to do, yeah, you would have to do them all, probably. Let's just go down to 155 in the front. For testing purposes only. And those of you Rune and Keyless Entry, I know he's probably not on right now, but and Ronald, again, y'all stuff is, there we go. Y'all stuff is going to be going out Monday. Yay, Rune, I got your email. I'm packaging you up some special stuff. So it seems to be working pretty good. And now let's go real quick. Cut. Everybody's like, you're going to leave it like that? Yeah, I'm going to leave it like this. And the other thing is, if you remember correctly, I did do a video on cleaning my workbench. You can see how far I got on that. It's actually really, really clean right now, y'all. Really, really organized. I shouldn't say really, really clean, but I will say really, really more organized than sometimes. Am I putting the right screws in? This got really hard to screw in. Yeah. I had a rekey job yesterday where I had 4 different, I had 2 doors and 4 different brands of mortise cylinders. Oh, that is not the right screw for that, was it? Did I only have 1 screw? Oh, here it is. I am using the wrong ones. Ow, shame on me. Everybody's like, you're using the wrong ones, Jason? So what happens is, that happens if you have a bunch of crap on your thing, or if you're rekeying mortise cylinders, you need to watch what you're doing, because the screws are pretty specific, even though they all look the same. I've got to recover from that. Oh man, that was almost off. Come on out. Get out of there. Nope. Ah, I did it again. That's twice in a row. Get out of there. Get out of there. I don't even know where that screw goes. Definitely not for this one, though. Ah, this one's over here. That. If it's not, it is now. That does not look like this right screw either. Y'all tell me where I have. No, maybe it is. I can't rewind. I think that's the right one. It's going to work for right now. No. Okay, interesting. What the heck did those screws come from? Have a good one, Story Lock. Oh, y'all don't know which ones they are because I already had it apart, didn't I? I think, what I think happened is this was for one, because these screws are definitely the same. And I think I only had the one screw in there, which would have been the one that actually fit. So we're going to leave it like that because there's not another one of these screws out here. And since I took this apart yesterday before I left, I don't remember offhand. But what we have discovered is you can get away, if you really wanted to, using a Sargent cutter to cut a really wild max in a LSA key. I'm going to run cut this real quick on this machine. Well, actually, will go with me over here. Come with me if you want to live. Come with me if you want to live. We're going to see if we can copy this real quick, just straight on. Copy it on the Y4. And go back after we brush it. Oh, don't look in that box. That's a secret box. What y'all think? 50-50 odds that it's going to work? 50-50. And I had thought about mentioning this before. I believe the issue here comes into play with the number one cuts being so high with this key blank. Pretty sure I've run across that issue before when I was doing this, and when I say doing that, it was years and years ago, literally when I first started learning about these. Not good, even with the reduced top pins. So, but if you run across one of these in the field, long story short, if you run across one of these in the field and you're rekeying it, you could use one of these. Obviously, don't use that max. Use a more reasonable max. I would say like 6 would probably be reasonable, maybe 7. And go everything below 1, because this was a 1 cut. So it's like, kind of just take out 0, 1, 2. Did this have a 0? I don't know if this had a 0 or not, but just take out the first few. If you cut everything low enough, technically you could get away with rekeying these to a Y4 key. I just destroyed the security of those key cylinders. Obviously, it's way better to use a better key because number one, a Y4 is thinner. It's going to break easier. Just totally different key. Come on, zoom. There we go. No, zoom now. So you can see why it bypasses it there, just because it's thin. Kind of like what a quote skeleton key or a barrel style key would do, passing the wards in a keyway instead of forming around the wards. Not a great thing to have to do, but if you were in the field and run across a bunch of these and you have to rekey them and you don't have those key blanks, that would be how you handle that. Right. I was keying up a few of these Ace. A couple of these were taken off. Here's another interesting thing that I discovered, and it's not surprising given the name that's on there, but and I think I actually mentioned this about a year ago when I found these on the building. Y1 keyway. This blank fits. that blank fits, which is a LSDA brass. This is a Ilco nickel original Y1. Like it's stuck. It won't go in. It's for some reason won't work. However, I also found out Jet brand keys won't work, and Ilco brass keys, if you had them, won't work as well. And Jet is now PLS, or they do so much PLS. I would imagine PLS wouldn't fit either. So these are going to get tossed in a future giveaway after I key them up to this. I'll just cut up a key and look at the pins that were in here. You know, I got a fancy pin and tray somewhere around here. Hold on. Ah! Y'all can get tickled. Y'all can get tickled. I'll use my pin and tray. Hold on, where is it? Oops. I don't know how to use these. These look like Quickset pins, honestly. Oh, is that the truck leaving? Let me see it. Oh no, that's the asshole neighbor leaving. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to do top pins as well, but oh, there's a stainless steel. Look at that. Get. Ah. That's why I hate steel pins. Oh, look. Oh, this is super cute, y'all. I'm glad I did this. There goes one spring. And yes, these were picked open, or at least one of them was. A double cylinder on a storefront door. Let's zoom out just a bit. It has one drill pin in the front. Hey, 2 spools. Interesting. I'll reload this. I'd never looked in this. There we go. I'd never looked in here. But we do have, indeed, a couple of little spool pins. I don't know if these were added at some time or another, or what, but in 2 and 4, they added some little spools, and then that, quote, drill-resistant pin. But, I mean, it was easy as heck to pick, still, because look at the, look at the pin. Yeah, it really helps to have the spools when you have bottom pins that look like that, right? So anyway, thanks again, Bobby Keys, for that. And everything else up here, some of this is stock. It's Sargent motor cylinder S keyway. That needs to go in my stock. I've got a storefront. This will go on my truck just to replace one. This Schlage is probably, I'm sending Rune an old school Schlage cylinder. I might throw this in just to show him the difference between the crap that we're dealing with now compared to what we used to be able to deal with. So that's probably what I'll do with that. And then these Ace wonderful things will go in a future giveaway for something. In fact, if anybody here, I've got a box of basically keys, these things. You can see, I don't even remember what's in there now. I did a video on it, so if I go back over the video. But basically, I've started doing packs to put on eBay of setup keys. and 2 more full things over there. So I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway, which is kind of weird because they're just keys. But in that one I did like regular Schlage and quickset Weiser. Kind of just a general selection for somebody that's getting started in the biz. And it's just mostly key blanks. There are a few cylinders in it, so I'm going to kind of restrict that. I know it's kind of hard for me to restrict anything in a giveaway. I might mention, as somebody pointed out in that last giveaway, technically there were a lot of people that did not kind of do exactly what they were supposed to do. It was pointed out to me. I hate that I really missed it because I am a pretty big stickler on details. But yeah, we're going to be real specific with that giveaway. And literally, it's no use to anybody besides somebody that is, you know, starting a locksmith business. Anybody that's been in business for any length of time will have had tons of those keys. So I'm going to run back over the comments here real quick because I've not looked at them. I hate that I missed a few. Y'all saw y'all had to go. So while I'm over here, I'm going to go over the comments so that I can make sure nobody asks about something. Out of frame with the lock now. Rune's going to take something apart and put. You already sent me yours. Oh, and one thing about the bench, this was all going to get changed. In fact, I was taking this down today. I'm actually relocating. I know you couldn't see me do that, but that up in the top corner, that I forgot that was a magnet. Okay, hold on. Stay right there. I forgot that was magnetized, or I didn't think about it magnetizing. So yeah, I'm actually going to be, zoom out, zoom up a little bit. Going to be redoing some more of this section as the day after I get done. And here's Rune's lock and pins, which I still have not braved this, but I've showed this to a few people who are not really locksmiths, and they've been like, wow. Let's see, reach up just a bit. So likely all this stuff that some of you guys have sent me overseas are probably gonna, again, be put up over here, but I'm thinking about moving my lubricant over here and just keeping all the main stuff instead of having to reach all the way over here for lubricant. Ever since I shifted my boomerang, there's been more questions. Customers are like, tell me about the boomerang. Tell me about the boomerang. No, it's a secret boomerang. So yes, I'm going to be, again, this was the kind of the next phase was taking all this off and redoing this kind of whole section and bringing some of this, instead of me having to reach, I'm going to bring it back over here and put some of the show stuff up over there. Alrighty, y'all, I'm going to scan these comments. I'm down to the end. I just quickly went through them. How did you define as drill resistant? Because my tweezer stuck to it. No, the Sparrow tweezers are true stainless steel. Wait, or non-magnetic. How did these tweezers get magnetized? What's up with you? How'd you get magnetized? Uh-oh. Come to think about it, I don't know why that's how I recognize it, because it's stuck to the tweezers. Now I'm wondering how those things got magnetized. Let me get those out of the way. Anyway, yeah, that's how. Alright, so that was the only real comment I saw. I had a bunch of those keys, but one of my customers want to rekey most of them. Now they're gone. Yeah, likely I'm probably going to end up scrapping a lot of that. But I can never get the boomerang to work. That's what I tell everybody. It's like, yeah, it's definitely a skill. Because and I have not actually attempted it in a while, but I never could get it to come all the way back to me. I got it to not do a nice little gentle arc, but my tweezers are hanging out in the round crowd. Yeah, bad tweezers, bad. I do have a magnet right above my head up here that I was going to use in a simplex video that I still haven't gotten around to. So, and you know, this stuff's awesome, but I have absolutely not found a use for my flex tape that my wonderful wife got me as kind of a joke, because I always need tape or something, seems like, but it's just so wide. I have not found a need for it yet, but I got it when I need it, so obviously that can go that can go somewhere else as well. And I put up my collection of weaponry, right? Because I got a machete right there. Nobody ever... that's the funny thing. It's like, oh, he's got a machete up here. But what's more interesting is the boomerang, right? This is for shim trimming, by the way. That's how I trim my shims. I pull out, just whack it on the thing. And my old padlock, and this is just... it's a couple of random padlocks. I took this off a board. Stuff I was going to do videos on. Wes brought this by after he saw the video on that mailbox that was so ridiculous. He went and got a few extras and brought me one, and I have not actually messed with that yet. I'm going to, though, especially if somebody else brings one of those mailboxes in. I will know exactly how to maybe defeat it a little bit easier than I did the first one. So that's what's going on in my world today after we get done with Saturday Morning Live, shift this, kind of spread it out. I still like having this, and I still need to build the shelf over here for all this mess of wires, but that'll just be something I get to eventually. May not be done by 2019. 2019 is almost over, y'all. We got like a month and a week or so left, right? 2019 is almost over. Let me move back over to this. It's 11:37. My coffee is cold. Check out the comments while I'm sitting down. Machete is for customers you don't want to come back. I still think the blue-green's my favorite. Have a good one, Lock Pickings gal. Thanks for joining in. We are actually going to tie this up way on time. We've got 20 minutes left. We may actually have to end before 12:30 today because I don't have a lot of content. I know I suck. I don't have a whole lot of content to really talk about, and I really can't think of much else. It's just getting hard. So besides the shift for 2020 for Saturday Morning Live, I still don't know how I'm going to do that. Anything you guys, and I didn't, honestly, like I said, I didn't go back over my video from last week, so I may not have seen any of the comments when I was talking about that, but let's shift back to my desk mic. I still like my desk mic better than that mic. But yes, if you can think of anything that might interest you, and I know y'all have mentioned stuff like, stories and stuff like that, but a lot of stuff, it's hard to kind of balance what I talk about in live. It's more of, I guess, a sneak peek of things to come, because I do sneak peeks of things to come. But I'm not sure what direction I want to take. I want to take Saturday morning in next year. It may turn into Saturday afternoon live, which would put it closer to, if I do it like right now, the time change screws things up too. But if I push it back to like 3:30 or 4 or 4:30, and I don't want to mess anybody else's timing up either, because this is not going to start until 2020, even if it does. But I am thinking about doing it maybe later, so that it's like it's morning time for the guys overseas. For some of the guys, basically what I'm going to do, and it's hard to do, everybody's like do it earlier so that it's at night, but that means I would have to come to the shop at 6:30 in the morning, and I'm not doing that on a Saturday. So if anything, it would end up being the morning for overseas guys. And it's hard to chart out because I got a lot of UK guys, I got a lot of Australian guys, so, and gals, y'alls. I got a lot of y'alls over there, and over there, and over there, and over there. So, and you know, again, it's just kind of getting it to me. I know everybody, a lot of you guys are like, I'm just here for the chat. I don't care about anything else, but. So flying car locks. You mean on tank car locks? Elon Musk just released the tactical stainless steel pickup truck. Camp out, Jason. 6:30. At 6:30, it's okay. So if I did it at 3 for Rune or 4, but see, other people do their lives, so. I don't want to like disrupt the whole chain of events. And technically, I did claim 11 to 12 a long time ago. I was like, I claim 11 to 12. And nobody has infringed upon my my bracket. Thank you. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm just getting bored with the theory, or if it's just harder for me to come up with stuff, or if it just really messes me up with future. With future videos, like that LSA commercial. And another thing, I don't like releasing. I'll talk about that, but you know, there's some videos I don't do. I do some stuff in some videos that some locksmith superheroes are never happy with. Oh my God, thumb down. Extra thumb down videos because he said something about something, but apparently, you know, YouTube's fair game for pretty much everything, according to some videos that have been released in the past 2 or 3 months by way bigger channels than mine. So, but I still don't like talking about like that LSA video. Would probably end up bringing a few extra views for monetization. I might still end up doing it, but I don't want to. I don't know. Stuff like I don't know. Anyway, if you have any ideas of like episodes of things or stuff like that, I know y'all are going to come up with some wild comments because I go over you guys' comments always as much as possible. So y'all are probably leaving me some ridiculous comments, and I appreciate that. Yeah, that truck was ugly. Ugly truck. I can't believe that. I was just like, out of everything Treelon could do, he came up with that thing. I can't get bi-weekly, monthly. No. You know, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy having the chat channel and everything. But I just don't want people to get burnt out. And I don't know. We'll see. I'm still pondering that. Still got several videos that I need to get out at the end of the year, before the end of the year, including our music one. But I'm sucking at creativity right now, I guess. I don't know what the deal is. Just sucking at creativity. So it's kind of like a writer's block, I guess, where writers get writer's block. I'm getting a video block, and I've been through this before, and it sucks. So I went for like 2 weeks once without doing any videos. So yeah, the antique hardware, I needed. That is one. Thanks for mentioning that. That's one. You know, I don't know. Maybe we could turn it into. See, that's just videos, and that requires a whole lot of pulling out of stuff. And I thought about that, like when I was doing my plastic bins. I ran across that stack of hardware, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get back up on that series. So that's not, you know, coming up with video ideas is not a big deal. I literally have probably, and I know this because I just moved it all to file. I have a file with finished videos, and I have a old not uploaded videos. And my finished video, just from the past 4 months, was my old but not uploaded file folder was just as big as my finished but not finished video. So that goes to show how much I actually video and either never get around to editing it, or edit it and don't like it, or whatever the case is, it just never gets uploaded. And or time constraints, mostly time constraints. And it looks like on the board up there, if we turn this around, oh, looks like we're going to have to hashtag the board again soon. We got fresh start. That was when we cleaned the board, I think at the beginning of the year. 2018's on there, so that was, and yeah, Deco Wars and Deco Talks still up there. So, I never erased that. Hotel Fondren is going to be opening next year. Fondren Sidewalks is done. So I guess at the beginning of the year, that's one thing I'm not looking forward to. On top of all that, I'm just complaining like a damn biatch, aren't I? On top of all that, I got to do my end of the year. It's getting close to the end of the year, so I got to start thinking about what I'm going to do for my end of the year wrap up video. Rewind, which is always the biggest pain in the ass to do ever. But I do it for you guys just to try to entertain y'all just a little bit more. Start keeping a lot of crazy ideas you have. Yeah, I need to just write it down on a board. I need a new board to write it down on. That was what that was, actually. You drop so much. I try to throw in little tidbits of somewhat useful info. And in my unboxings as well. And that's why I do unboxings, even though they're just literally me unboxing stuff and hanging it. I do try to talk about locks, talk about things that, that I may not have. And sometimes I repeat myself because, of course, I get the same thing over and over again sometimes. But I try to. But so if you've never tried out my unboxing videos, and also I do put spend a lot of time editing those, and there are little, like, what I consider better parts. Like in that last unboxing, it was a 24-minute video, and I know that's one of those things where people don't like watching long content, but I do sprinkle things throughout it. And somewhere in the 17-minute range, there's a cool montage that actually took quite a bit of time to do. So if nothing else, go watch from 17 to 21 minutes for my cool montage. Do it right after this video. Anyway. But as always, I appreciate... When did Frank take over? Yeah, Rune, you did take an extended vacation, didn't you? I remember that. I remember that first video when you came back. Do a video asking for inspiration. Okay. And, that other video, I don't know, that just hit me. I don't know, it was just some weird day. My video about failure. And I've gotten a lot of feedback from that from people, so I appreciate all the feedback. I've read everything from the comments to the emails that we've gotten. So again, just hadn't had time to reply to emails or anything like that. No, don't do it. Don't do it. There's the sun right there. So yes, I don't know what struck me for that. And it was kind of coincidental because it was funny. The guy that came in, I almost asked the guy that was in here that interrupted that fail video because he was in the same spot. He was so frustrated from dealing with that ignition that he literally could have been like, can I turn the camera on you and can you talk about it? Because he was just so frustrated with it. And it just made me think, it was like, I don't know why I had that idea other than me sucking at that stupid cheap safe. Which again, yes, Rune had a good point. God made carbide to keep that from happening. However, again, it was one of those where she wanted it done damage free, and I was just like, I could have, and it, that's what irritates you about stuff. You're trying to not scratch it or not do any damage to it, so that it can be resold. The whole point was to resell, and I could easily have drilled it out, put a new one in, maybe. Depending on what kind of lock was there. It was a tubular, but once you drill into it, you don't know if it's some kind of weird special.
Hey, do he open on Saturday?
No, he stopped.
He done closed down or what?
On Saturdays, yeah, he's not open.
Is there another shoe shop around? Where you going?
Not right. Not that's open on a Saturday, no.
Ah, shit.
I want to say there was one downtown somewhere, but I don't know if he's still around. If you do you have a smartphone, maybe you can Google shoe guy. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, thank you.
Key machines, maintenance, and calibrations. Ugh. That sounds like a sucky topic to have to do. We don't want to have to calibrate the machines. The machines need to stay calibrated, dang it. A donut selection life. Man, yeah, we live right by a donut place and I drive by all the time. So it would be dangerous. Yeah, maintenance and calibration is a big deal. It's a big deal doing it sometimes too. So I'm going to go back over the comments because we are getting close to 12 o'clock. We're going to end this right at 12 o'clock, like right on the dot by the time zone. What is that? International Time Standard Zone? Or in other words, what Microsoft tells me is 12 o'clock. Videos on maintenance. Maintenance is key machine maintenance is not really overly. It's a big deal, but it's not overly complicated because once a good key machine, if you have a good key machine, brand name or whatever, once you lock it down and get it calibrated, the thing shouldn't uncalibrate. You shouldn't have to do it often. We use this machine sometimes 100 to 200 times a day. Y'all have seen the video where I took apart a machine to actually do it. Wes was actually involved with that physically. Basically, he just stood over it and said, "You're doing this wrong." But honestly, calibration, that Freeman 2, that old Freeman 2 from 1970, I've never calibrated it. And it'll spit out a perfect sergeant key. Just like that. So, it is a big deal for them to be calibrated, but it's not something that you have to do. You shouldn't have to do all the time unless you have a cheap key machine. Last Saturday, 28th of December, live number 45. I know it was number 45. And honestly, y'all, I hate it was number 45. Number 45 is just such a sucky number. We do have a customer coming in, so hold on just a sec. Hey.
Hey, good afternoon.
How are you?
Doing good. Wonder if I can make a copy of this key and how much it'll be.
These typically have a chip in them. I can check it and see. If it's got a chip, it's 65. But sometimes they do. Some days it's for that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they put chip keys out, but they didn't actually have the chip in them. So
Okay.
I'll just have to see.
What color would you like to be?
SE lock and key. We don't have anybody that can come out right now. Oh, we got lucky it's not. So
Okay.
$5.
$5. All right.
With tax, $5.40.
Let me get 2.
Okay.
You take credit?
Yeah. All right, hold on just a sec. We may not actually, let me cut these real quick, y'all. Excuse me. I'm looking for a Nissan key. These foreign keys are the worst. Burnt one. Just for these, I don't think it's gonna fit.
No, oh, okay. Shit.
Unless you cut the head down.
Okay, that's fine.
There is a bigger one over there, but it's really big. The pouch things are a better idea, unless you have an idea where to put it, because it would fit in the pouch.
Okay.
It's adhesive on the back, so there's not a lot of metal surfaces on stuff now, so you would just, it's like a sticker.
Yeah,
and then yeah, it's like you stick that wherever you want it, and then this will go.
Okay.
But if you have a good flat magnet surface, I mean, there is a bigger box right there, but it's pretty clunky in our streets, man. It's gonna fall off.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's gonna fall off. So I would definitely just clean the area that you're gonna put it on real well,
okay.
and stick it on. You got a new cord?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, 1544.
Appreciate it, man.
Alrighty, thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Alrighty, y'all. Sorry about that delay. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. It's just past 12 o'clock. So I'm going to go back over the comments real quick, and we're going to finish this off. Finish this off. It cranked it. Yay! So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm going to be brainstorming for the next little while. Oh, and by the way, yes, I burn a key. Nissan DA24 keys are such a pain in the butt. Gripping onto it, they're hard to cut. So the price has factored in, we factor in the price of burnt key blanks with regular sales, is what it is. Vacant rekey are like, never get old. Yeah. Yeah, talking about my vacants, and figured if he posted, okay, I follow some of those guys that climb buildings, and it's like, yeah, if you don't see them post for a while, then you start getting worried. Hopefully that'll never happen, but again, those videos are also extremely difficult to edit and do. I've actually done a handful of them in the past. About 2 weeks ago, I did a vacant thing, and I just ended up, I couldn't upload it, so it's a shame. It's a shame when that happens. A real locksmith would know about the shoe shops all over town. Right? I know. I don't know why all shoe shops cut keys. I don't know why. Never figured that out. Real locksmith knows the name of every other business. Absolutely. No cussing them two at once. I know, it's like when it rains, it pours. I have a problem with the Dalp Friday. Dalp's Friday morning for me is at 6:30 in the morning, which is actually, I wake up at, the dog wakes me up at, now it's getting to be 15 till. After the time change, I'm starting to get up at like 5:40 now and start stirring because the dog's like, what's up? But luckily and see, I'm on the road by 7. Like if I don't get on the road by 7:15, I sit in traffic for a long time. So I'm on the road by 7. So that means that, thank you for not parking there. That means that I really only have from 6:30 to 7 as I'm drinking coffee right before I get all ready to go, that I can really watch. And last Friday, Dalps was a circle for that period of time. But we had a humorous chat. Everybody's liking the 1030, so we may bump it up next time too. Everybody's always, and I figured to do the 1030 because everybody's kind of joining in around then and chatting anyway, so we'll push it up a little bit, maybe next week too. Yeah, I keep, there's no real volume on this. All I can do is turn it off. The volume button's over here. So when I'm using the key machine, I feel bad about it being right, the mic being right there. So sorry about that. Hopefully y'all saw that coming. If you see me going towards the key machine and you can hear me talking, you might want to turn the volume down for a minute. Hey Lex, what's up? Hi and bye. Backroom vibrators. Car key, yes, I was tip gauging those. I did. You couldn't see, but yeah. Into the air, wear and tear, brain, yes, brain wear and tear. Like force lights, yes, I'm still filming. Yes, we're about to cut it off though. JWRM is asking about an ASMR video. You can't really do, yes. Nobody take my idea. Don't tell anybody that there will be a Locksmith ASMR video one day. That is not anything I've ever talked about before. However, Key Machines is not, is not part of it. The way I've been able to do it. But I have done some editing on ASMR videos. So yes, one day, don't tell anybody, SE Lock and Key will have a ASMR video. Because I have the equipment. Oh, wait. Because I have the equipment to do an ASMR video. So yes, stay tuned one day for that. Don't know if that'll be a this year thing or next year or whatever, but you will see an ASMR video one day. One day. Make sure my mics are right, and we're out, we're done, y'all. I'm almost at the end of the comments, so as soon as I get down to the end, we're gone. Where am I? Hey, Lowell. You know, I was gonna do a Fur Babies, Lowell. I've not listened to you say your name or others say your name enough to know how to pronounce it exactly, but I was gonna do a Fur Baby video. In fact, I filmed almost all of them this morning except for the little dog, and he wouldn't come out of bed to be filmed. Our animals don't like being filmed, but I did most of them this morning. I was actually going to do a video that too, if I can get them all put together. And everybody else who's tuned in that I missed while I was working, yeah, everybody, thanks. Make sure and hit that like button, thumbs up button at the beginning. I would certainly appreciate that just for the YouTube thing. Too niche of an audience. It is going to be, but it's still going to be an ASMR video. And everybody, happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to go ahead and officially say this. Those of you in the U.S., happy Thanksgiving. Coming Thursday. 10 hours of, no, mine's not going to be 10 hours. I can promise you that. You'll just have to click it on repeat because I ain't doing a 10-hour video. That's crazy. ASMR in the background vibrator. I have discovered that you don't have to worry about ads on that video anymore because as I expected, I was able to advertise for like a day on it, and then YouTube was like, yep, Cascade of brass keys. That's going to be part of it. There's other sounds. There's one good thing about having that wall right there, and that's future use of an ASMR video and or a Plinko video, which I still have not gotten around to either. No, Ollie was just being a little, you know what, this morning. He wouldn't come out of bed. Neither would Kim. Kim wouldn't come out of bed this morning. I was just like, see y'all, I'm going to work. Everyone keep commenting, no. I got to go. Thanks for joining in, y'all. Y'all have a great Thanksgiving to the USAians. Everybody who does not celebrate Thanksgiving, we're going to be stuffing ourselves. Hopefully y'all will have a great one. Even if you are not into it, hopefully you'll treat yourself with some kind of meal or something or other. So, poker chips. No, I mean, technically keys work just as well. Trust me, when I'm hanging keys up and they go ding, 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 I always go blinko. So, I just got to line the bottom with pots, and then we'll have a big Plinko contest. We can do that for 2020. How about that? We'll do a Plinko section like a damn game show up in this biatch. Like all the blanks and strings out in the wind. We had some on fishing line that somebody used for an art installation. And, you know, things like this. Where is it? My necklace just makes. But when the last time I tried doing that and I edited it, I discovered very quickly what is and what is not good ASMR. ASMR is supposed to be very pleasing and very soothing sounds, and it doing this sorry. I had to do it. You should have seen that coming. It's not considered soothing to most people. So, y'all have a great Thanksgiving here in the U.S. All y'all, appreciate you tuning in to Saturday Morning Live 45 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more for the year. And then we get to start over with something else. And game show Plinko maybe. Never know what the new year is going to bring. Y'all have a great Thanksgiving. Locksmith wind chimes. Have y'all ever seen my wind chimes? We'll show you my wind chimes real quick. That doesn't mean that I'm still, but y'all seen my wind chimes. Hold on, where are we? Come on now. Locksmith wind chimes. I've got the Locksmith wind chimes. Right there. Right there. I have dingling my wind chime. I'm going to have to switch to this real quick. And this will be the very last thing I do for real. Let me stay online. Here we go. Wind chimes, locksmith version. For our wind chimes, we have a brass Baldwin knob on a brass double rosette, towel bars, more rosettes, a brass soap dish, and a different rosette to complete the ensemble. So that's it, y'all. We are officially done. Main cam, end screen. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all have a great weekend. Have a great short week. Hopefully you get a little bit of time off. We're gonna be closed Thursday and Friday. And I'm not gonna go Black Friday shopping. I told Kim it ain't happening this year. I did it last year, but ain't happening. So I don't know what I get bored. It's like Friday. It's just another day. I might actually. No, I always say I'm going to come to work, but I'm not. I guess I have to spend some quality time with my lovely wife, right? Hit that like button. Key blank chimes, wind chimes. Yeah, how to build a wind chime. That sounds like a good video idea. Anyway, y'all have a great one. Keep it real. I don't know why I said that. I never say that. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll catch y'all next video. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Lock force, disassemble. Oh, I'm on the wrong mic. Shit, I just yelled in y'all's ear. No, main cam, let's turn that off. Mic, turn this back off. Lock force, sorry about that. Lock force, disassemble. Catch y'all next time. Have a great weekend.